Hey, Master Naturalist, I have found at least 2 Ozark Chinquapin trees right here in Springdale. But first, in the past, whenever Master Naturalist would meet for a class or a meeting, someone would make some snacks or something to eat, right? Well, last week when we met at Lake Weddington for our interpretive writing assignment, I brought millionaire shortbread. But when I got there, we had to go outside right away. No one got a chance to taste them. Now I gotta eat them all myself. But that's not why I'm mad. Last week I wanted to show off my interpretive writing skills that I learned. So my little wayside exhibit sign that I would put right in front of them. Right to the point. Very few words, lots of pictures, same font family. I even put the name of the font family down the bottom there. So, you missed it. Now back to the story. So you know how exciting it is when you learn things with Master Naturalists? I just tell everyone about everything I learn. Well, last week when we were learning about the blight of the Chinqapin trees, I was telling my neighbor about it, and he said, oh, he was going to some friend's house to cut some trees down. Now my neighbor is 85 years old and his friend is 79. They weren't really going to cut trees, they said, just to trim trees and clear some brush. When he got back, I saw him the next day. He said, Curtis, I told my friend about the Chinqapin trees and he said he has a few on his property. I go, really? And I didn't get too excited there, but I gave him the information to take pictures of the leaves and the bark and the nuts to send to the Chinquapin Society for identification, right? Good thing to do. I didn't hear anything back from him. And then he said, hey Curtis, you want to go fishing with us the next day? And this was Friday, the day after we had our class on Thursday. I said, sure. So he picked me up first thing in the morning, then we went to pick up his friend, and I got out of the car and I'm looking around and I let him sit up front and I got him back. And I heard all kinds of first-hand stories that day, you know, and I was asking him about the trees and telling him about the Master Naturalist, and he said, if you plant a Chinqapin tree on my property, I'm going to cut it down because they're so messy and dirty, he said. So I didn't say anything. We went the whole morning fishing at Beaver Dam, and then we went and had lunch in Eureka Springs, and back to fishing again all afternoon, and he's looking up at the hillside there and saying how beautiful the shiny sycamore trees were with their barks. And the whole way home, he didn't say anything more. And we got out at 6 o'clock at night. We got back to his house to drop him off. And I got out of the car, and he got out of the car, and he pointed and says, there's the Chinqapin trees. There were at least 2 Chinqapin trees right there. He said, they're in cages. The Master Gardeners planted them. So there are Chinqapin trees in Springdale. Now you gotta know where this fellow lives. It's about 100 yards south where the Master Naturalists used to have our Springdale classes and where we had the chapter meetings, you know, the building that I'm talking about, 100 yards south, and less than 100 yards northeast of where the book club meeting would be. So, Master Naturalists, get your coordinates. That's where there's some Chinqapin trees. Thank you.